Hey Kyle, how you doing, man?
I'm well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great.
I'm super
I'm
glad to
glad
be.
that glad you're calling. Glad I get the chance to rap with you on FPK it.
I am super glad to be talking to you today. And I guess what do you say when a band comes out with the greatest hits? That's a congratulations, right? Like you did it. You made it to the greatest hits.
Yeah, well, we made it to year 19,
You're right.
1998, a long time ago, man.
That's true. Now, do you guys? I mean, is there going to be like a 20th year celebration to go along with this next year?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really think years ahead. I think I'm sort of on the 3 month plan. I know what's happening in 3 months, and I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Well, still, congratulations, just the same. For you guys,
Thanks.
I
Well,
mean,
thank you. Thanks for playing it. You know it's not really a record without the support of independent radio, and FPK has been one of those stalwart radio stations, one of the few that has been spinning Old Crow music for the better part of our 19 years. And you're in close company with the very few other stations that have ever took that challenge of broadcasting Old Crow music and having us in to play live. You guys are a shining beacon up there on the hill overlooking the Ohio.
well, you definitely make it easy for us. I mean, as I look, through the track list, I'm fairly certain that almost every single one of these songs has been in heavy rotation at some point. So that's the strength of your music, though. That's just not us jumping on, any kind of wagon. I can say that.
Well, we like playing the kind of music we like playing, and in a live setting, we're still playing a lot of these songs from this best of recording. Most of these songs were culled from the first two records and a few from the third album that we did. These were all on network records.
Mm-hmm.
Just like FPK taking a chance on the Old Crow, it was hard to find a record company that was going to take a chance on the Old Crow Medicine Show in 2002 when we were beating the pavement at South by Southwest looking for a deal in another world, in a world in which we didn't have a website. We were selling cassettes, and nobody had a cell phone. So we found this Canadian record company called Network that had just had success with one of my favorite bands from BC, the Be Good Tanyas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they were looking to expand their developing Americana roster back in an era before Americana meant anything more than quilting patterns.
And it should be said, I mean, this greatest hits is just the network years. Your most recent two albums aren't represented on this, but I suppose that sets you up for a volume 2 at some point.
Everything I learned by listening to Bob Dylan. So to me, the greatest hits is it's got to start. You have to have it at some point. Bob did it still in the 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
So Bob had been rocking and rolling for about 9 years before his greatest hits records came out, and that's another era. I mean, when I was a kid, I cut my teeth on Stevie Wonder Greatest Hits Volume 1, and that record was released when Stevie Wonder was 18 years old.
Wow.
It's all the Motown sound. It's all R&B Detroit Motown. So you don't even get into the funky stuff.
Right.
It's beautiful. A lot of wonderful harmonica playing. But anyhow, that's an era in which your greatest hits came out relatively quickly. We've kind of shied away from it because, we want to write new songs, and we've got a big year ahead of us. We've got a lot of things cooking. But this is one of those deals where you kind of get to rest on your laurels a little bit. And, I know y'all love your racehorses up there. Mm-hmm. These songs are kind of like Cigar, or one of those old thoroughbreds that they bring out, and you get your picture made with them, and then they bring them back home to the barn, and you rest.
I mean, and you're right though, because some bands they don't look at the greatest hits as a thing they want to get behind. But I mean, as you're going through the history and everything, I mean, those were so important at some point. I mean, the Dylan greatest hits that you're talking about, I believe that had didn't that have Positively on it? I mean, that was the new song. It became a greatest hits in itself.
That was the only way you could get Positively 4th Street.
Yeah,
was on that record. The greatest hits was often a way to get one song that you couldn't get. And then, it becomes sort of a franchise. Like for Bob, it meant, you got the first one. The second one's a double record. And then you go on. And now these are box sets. Then you get some the box set thing. So I feel like that's probably the next step. We recorded so many songs for Dave Rawlings. I mean, 25, 50. Lots and lots of traditional music. We have songs we just have a lot of stuff because we've been together for 19 years now. Mm-hmm. And, there's all sorts of outtakes and all sorts of live things and radio shows and just the ephemera of 20 years on the highway produces quite a lot of tape.
Well, I can't wait to hear more of that. Of course, that's a nice seg, though, because two songs from your past did make the greatest hits, two previously unreleased songs that I guess that you guys have been playing live for a while, but Black-Haired Quebecois, which is completely fun to say on the air, and a great song, and Heart in the Sky, another beautiful song. I mean, I am so surprised that these songs didn't make the record just because they are so good.
Well, thanks. Those are real old. I mean, both those songs I wrote in the 90s. One, the Canadian one, Critter and I wrote together in about 98, and then Heart Up in the Sky was maybe the winner of 97 before the turn. These were old songs. When we got to Nashville, we didn't want to play original music. We wanted to be the best damn string band that the world had ever seen. We wanted the streets of Nashville to hum with traditional music. It was almost like a loyalty oath. Everybody kept stopping by and saying, "Where are your original songs?" And we said, "Man, forget that. The best songs have all been written. The best stories have all been told. Let's go back to the source material and unearth these gems." So we would sing songs from Carpet Alley in Louisville. We would sing these jug band tunes from Clifford Hayes and the Louisville Jug Band, and we'd sing them in Louisville, and it just felt like it was a really powerful force. But slowly we acclimated to this idea that, let's be songwriters too. And so a lot of the early songs we recorded were really old. Were songs like Wagon Wheel or Heart Up in the Sky or Take 'Em Away. These were songs that we had written when we were teenagers and had sort of left in our teenage years, because in our early 20s we wanted to play trad. That was kind of punk rock to us, was playing severely old-time string band music really fast, really, really crazy.
Which has served you guys well. But, I mean, in the whole scheme of it, you became great songwriters. I don't know.
Out there in Bullock,
What's that?
Somebody out there in Bullock knows what I'm talking about. I'm sure there's some young punk banjo player who knows exactly what I'm saying. It's like, man, screw your catalog, man. Play some Charlie Poole. That stuff was revolutionary in its time. What do you got to say? So yeah, we did. We turned into pretty good songwriters, and this collection has some good songs on it. And on we go.
And on you go. And what does that mean? I mean, I know you probably can't make any kind of official statement here, but it's been 3 years now since the last official studio album. So I got to imagine there's another one, cooking or baking or something.
Yeah, we've got a busy year ahead of us. The first thing that's happening is I'm proud to announce a Louisville date. It's on June the 2nd, and it's at the new Louisville. What's it? Is it called the Iroquois Amphitheater?
That's right, the Iroquois Amphitheater. It's going to be a great place for you guys.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. Yeah. So we've spent the past couple of years tearing it up down at the Palace, and I love playing outdoors, and I love playing outdoors when you get a whole bunch of hillbillies from Indiana in the house. So we'll be up there for that season in the early summer, late spring, and we'll be promoting our new album, which is called 50 Years of Blonde on Blonde. That's a live double album that we made in the spring of 2016, celebrating this seminal record made by Bob Dylan in 1966 in Nashville, Tennessee. Pop music's first double album, Nashville's first rock and roll record, a really important album. And so we've put our own spin on it, and it's a beautiful thing. Really proud of this one.
I can't wait to hear that, and I can't wait to see you guys at the Iroquois Amphitheater too. It's going to be a great one. Ketch, it's been so great talking to you, and again, congratulations on 19 years, on a greatest hits, on everything that the future has in store.
Well, thanks. I just want to close with one more comment. I was up there in Louisville just last week, at my favorite little bookstore, and I was listening to WFPK on the way up, and then I pulled in at Carmichael's. And my wife, Lydia Peel, has her debut novel is out. It's called The Midnight Cool, and you can pick it up at Carmichael's right there. Greatest little book shop anywhere in Jefferson County, Kentucky.
Awesome. It's great. I'll look for the book. I'm in Carmichael's all the time, so that's really cool. Congrats on that as well. Send our love to your wife.
Okay, man. Thanks, WFPK. Thanks for spinning the old crow for all these years.
All right,
and being a part of our best of release.
And we'll keep being there. I promise that.
All right. Thanks, Bill.
All right. Take it easy. Take care.
Peace.
Bye.